Deidara. Deidara, an S-rank rogue shinobi from Iwagakure, was once part of the village's explosion corps and wielded the Kekkei Genkai Explosion Release. After stealing a forbidden technique that let him mold chakra into substances, he turned against the village, using explosive clay to defeat his pursuers before joining the Akatsuki. A defining trait of Deidara is the mouths embedded in his palms, which infuse chakra into clay to form devastating clay bombs. With the command, Katsu, these bombs detonate at will, ranging from tiny insect-like constructs to massive beasts. Their lifelike movement allows him to direct them remotely, striking opponents from a distance with precision. He also crafts clay birds for transport and aerial combat, while his earth release skills, such as hiding like a mole technique, provide escape options. Despite his power, Deidara's clay has limits. Overuse leaves him defenseless, and his earth-based bombs are neutralized by lightning release, stripping them of explosive force. During the mission to capture Shukaku's Jinchuriki, he fought Gaara, the Kazekage. By secretly infusing clay into Gaara's sand, Deidara exploited his defenses, defeating him despite losing an arm. His final battle came against Sasuke Uchiha. Though Deidara unleashed his full arsenal, Sasuke's Sharingan and lightning techniques countered every move. Cornered, Deidara triggered his ultimate self-destruction, turning his body into a massive clay bomb. Yet Sasuke escaped, leaving Deidara's sacrifice in vain. Itachi Uchiha. Itachi Uchiha was a prodigy of the clan, shaped by the trauma of war he witnessed as a child. At just 8, he awakened the Sharingan and quickly earned recognition as one of Konoha's most talented shinobi. After receiving one of Shisui's eyes and later awakening the Mangekyo Sharingan, Itachi faced the impossible choice between his clan and his village. To prevent civil war, he carried out the Uchiha massacre, sparing only his younger brother Sasuke in hopes he would someday understand. At 14, Itachi joined the Akatsuki, though his true mission was to protect the hidden leaf from the shadows. His strength was unmatched. Orochimaru admitted inferiority, Shisui considered him superior, and even Danzo regarded him as a once-in-a-century talent. Despite battling illness, Itachi continually outclassed elite opponents. Master of ninjutsu, taijutsu, and especially genjutsu, Itachi could learn techniques instantly. His Mangekyo granted fearsome powers. Tsukuyomi, an illusion that warped time and space, Amaterasu, inextinguishable black flames, and Susanoo, a spectral guardian. At full strength, his Susanoo wielded 2 mythical treasures, the Totsuka blade, sealing foes eternally, and the Yada mirror, capable of deflecting any attack, making him nearly invincible. He also used swarms of crows for deception and psychological warfare, adding to his elusive style. Itachi's most defining moment was his final battle with Sasuke. Though he could have ended it, he chose instead to reveal his love in his last act, touching Sasuke's forehead gently before collapsing. This farewell revealed the truth. Every sacrifice, every shadowed deed, had been for his brother's safety, sealing Itachi as one of the most tragic yet noble figures in the Naruto saga. Hidan. Hidan, an S-rank rogue shinobi from Iwagakure, abandoned his village and later joined the Akatsuki. A zealous devotee of the Jushin faith, he acted as both warrior and missionary, spreading its violent teachings wherever he went. His strength was so overwhelming that Iwagakure never attempted to hunt him down, acknowledging no one in the village could best him. Hidan's most infamous trait is his functional immortality. Except for starvation, he is impervious to death, surviving stabbings, impalements, and even decapitation. Remarkably, he could remain conscious and speaking after losing his head, though he relied on his partner Kakuzu to stitch severed limbs back into place. In combat, Hidan specialized in his triple-bladed scythe, a versatile weapon capable of striking from multiple ranges. With it, he displayed a brutal and unpredictable fighting style, made more dangerous by his inability to die. This combination allowed him to overcome formidable opponents including Asuma Sarutobi, the Leaf Jonin, and son of the third Hokage. However, Hidan's downfall came against Shikamaru Nara, whose cunning strategy neutralized Hidan's advantages. Shikamaru lured him into a trap-ridden battlefield and immobilized him with the Shadow Possession Jutsu. Once restrained, Shikamaru triggered a chain of explosions that collapsed the ground beneath them. Hidan was buried deep underground, completely isolated and unable to escape. Though his immortality left him technically alive, Hidan was rendered powerless, entombed for eternity. This defeat marked the end of his reign of terror, proving that sheer brutality could still be overcome by patience and intellect. Kakuzu. Kakuzu, an S-rank missing nin from Takigakure, was a fearsome member of the Akatsuki partnered with Hidan. Once tasked with assassinating the first Hokage, Hashirama Senju, he failed but survived, proving his remarkable resilience. His body was bound by hundreds of tendrils called Earth Grudge Fear, which stitched him together like a living rag doll and granted him longevity and regeneration. These tendrils allowed Kakuzu to detach body parts, launch long-range attacks, and even repair others, such as reattaching Deidara's arm. His most dreaded ability was stealing hearts from shinobi, storing up to 5 at once. Each heart extended his life and provided mastery over elemental chakra. With earth as his own affinity, he also wielded fire, wind, water, and lightning, making him dangerously versatile. Kakuzu's reign ended in battle against Team 10 and Kakashi when Naruto's newly mastered Rasen Shuriken obliterated his remaining hearts, ensuring his defeat. Nagato, pain. Nagato, a descendant of the Uzumaki clan from Iwagakure, co-founded the Akatsuki with Yahiko and Konan. After Yahiko's death, he adopted the alias Pain, believing that only through shared suffering could the world achieve true peace. With his immense chakra reserves and stamina from the Uzumaki bloodline, Nagato rose to become the most feared member of the Akatsuki. His greatest weapon was the Rinnegan, which allowed him to control 6 bodies simultaneously, known as the 6 Paths of Pain. Each had a unique ability. The Diva Path manipulated gravity, the Asura Path turned its body into weapons, the Human Path extracted souls, the Animal Path summoned beasts, the Preta Path absorbed chakra, and the Naraka Path summoned the King of Hell for healing or interrogation. Pain's most devastating act was his assault on Konoha, leveling much of the village and killing powerful shinobi, including Kakashi. Ultimately, Naruto defeated the Diva Path and discovered Nagato's true body hidden nearby. Confronted with Naruto's unwavering belief in peace, Nagato was moved to atone. He used the Outer Path, Samsara of Heavenly Life technique, to resurrect everyone who perished in the invasion, sacrificing his own life in the process. Konan later returned his body to Iwagakure for burial. Konan A. Kunoichi from Iwagakure was one of the original founders of the Akatsuki alongside Yahiko and Nagato. Trained by Jiraiya and hardened by years of war, she became a formidable S-rank ninja. Skilled in multiple chakra natures, wind, water, earth, and yang, she also displayed sensory abilities, making her versatile in battle. Her signature fighting style revolved around paper ninjutsu. Konan could transform her body into countless paper sheets to evade attacks or form wings for flight. She manipulated these papers into weapons such as shuriken, swords, and even clones to overwhelm her enemies. After Nagato's death, she confronted Tobi to prevent him from seizing the Rinnegan. Konan unleashed her ultimate technique, creating a sea of paper infused with 600 billion explosive tags. The explosion lasted 10 minutes, forcing Tobi to sacrifice a Sharingan eye and use Izanagi to survive. Though she resisted until the end, Konan was defeated and killed, her loyalty to Nagato unwavering. Sasori, an S-rank missing nin from Tsunagakure's puppet brigade, earned the title Sasori of the Red Sand for his ruthless puppet techniques. His most notorious ability was turning fallen shinobi into human puppets, preserving their chakra and jutsu. Among his greatest creations was the third Kazekage, famed for his deadly iron sand, whom Sasori defeated and converted into his strongest weapon. A master of poisons, Sasori engineered toxins that could paralyze or kill within seconds, often hidden in the countless traps of his puppets. Normally, he fought concealed inside Haruko, a puppet armor loaded with blades, needles, and a deadly tail. Beyond that, Sasori could command up to 100 puppets simultaneously, a force strong enough to annihilate nations. Having transformed his own body into a puppet, leaving only his heart core intact, he achieved near immortality, immune to pain and aging. His final battle came against Sakura and Chiyo, where he ultimately chose to let himself be struck down by puppets modeled after his parents, ending his lonely existence. Zetsu was a unique being composed of 2 halves, Black Zetsu and White Zetsu. Black Zetsu represented the will of Kaguya Otsutsuki, created to ensure her resurrection. For centuries, it secretly manipulated events across the shinobi world, even masquerading as Madara Uchiha's will. With mastery over all 5 nature transformations and yin-yang release, Black Zetsu influenced the endless conflict between Indra and Asura's reincarnations, believing this cycle would revive Kaguya. It could merge with surroundings, possess others, and when fused with White Zetsu, wield wood release, and even stolen Kekkei Genkai like Obito's Kamui. White Zetsu, infused with Hashirama's cells, was a mutated human who needed no food or water. Not a frontline fighter, it specialized in support techniques. White Zetsu could create clones, drain chakra, and use the spore technique to implant copies undetected, even by elite sensors. Its transformation ability let it flawlessly mimic others' appearance, tools, and chakra signature. Like Hashirama, it could perform wood release, though at a weaker scale. Together, the 2 halves formed one of Akatsuki's most deceptive and dangerous members. Obito Uchiha. Obito Uchiha is one of the most pivotal and complex figures in the Naruto series. Once thought of as a foolish masked member of Akatsuki, he was later revealed as the mastermind behind the organization's schemes and the instigator of the Fourth Great Ninja War. Throughout his life, he used different identities, including Tobi and even Madara Uchiha, to manipulate events from the shadows. After being saved by Madara, Obito's body was infused with Hashirama's cells, granting him rapid regeneration, immense stamina, and the ability to use wood release alongside all 5 elemental natures and yin-yang release. Like other Uchiha, he awakened the Sharingan, later evolving it into the Mangekyo after witnessing Rin's death. This gave him access to Kamui, a space-time technique allowing him to warp himself or objects into another dimension, making him nearly untouchable in combat. Obito eventually acquired Nagato's Rinnegan, enabling him to wield the Six Paths techniques. His story came full circle when he clashed with Kakashi in the Kamui dimension. Defeated and confronted with his past, Obito turned against his own path of destruction. He ultimately fought alongside Naruto and his former comrades against Kaguya Otsutsuki, sacrificing himself to shield them from her attack, proving in the end that he had rediscovered his true self. Orochimaru. Orochimaru, one of Konoha's legendary Sannin and Sasuke Uchiha's mentor, was infamous for his ambition to learn every jutsu and achieve immortality. Banished for forbidden experiments, he briefly joined Akatsuki with Sasori, but left after failing to take Itachi's body. He later founded Otogakure, continuing his pursuit of power and knowledge. His abilities revolved around body modification and snake techniques, including summoning Manda, Rashomon, and using the living corpse reincarnation to transfer his soul into new hosts. After the Fourth Great Ninja War, he was monitored closely but allowed to continue research, becoming more an uneasy ally than a true enemy. Juzo Biwa. Juzo Biwa was a jonin of Kirigakure and a former member of the Seven Ninja Swordsmen of the Mist. Known for leaving entire battlefields drenched in blood, he wielded the massive blade Kubikiri Bocho, which could regenerate itself by absorbing the iron from his victim's blood. This gruesome ability made him one of the most feared swordsmen of his era. In the anime, Juzo later joined Akatsuki and was partnered with Itachi Uchiha. His reputation was further solidified when he survived a clash with Might Dewey, who had opened all 8 gates, an almost suicidal technique that could overwhelm even the strongest shinobi. Juzo's final battle came against the 4th Mizukage, Yagura, the Jinchuriki of the Three Tails. During the fight, Yagura launched a tailed beast ball that shattered Juzo's sword, impaling him with its fragments. Though mortally wounded, he met his end against a formidable opponent, leaving behind the legacy of a true warrior of the mist.
I'm working hard to reach 1,000 subscribers. Your support means the world here. Every subscription gives me the motivation to keep creating new videos. Please like, share, and subscribe to help me achieve this milestone.